Hello plant friends, Adina here from Plants Equals Happiness. Today we are going to talk about orchids, or most commonly known Phalaenopsis orchid or moth orchids, which you see in every garden center where you go, and you see them in so many colors and they are so beautiful. It's like, oh my god, I need to buy an orchid today. And you buy the orchid and you bring your orchid home, and then what? I will show you step by step how you water your orchid, when you water your orchid, what kind of light do you give to your orchid. And of course, you want your orchid to grow, to be beautiful and lush, and to bloom over and over again. So let's just start it. So Phalaenopsis bloom, commonly known as moth orchids, is a genus of about 70 species of plants in the family Orchidaceae. Phalaenopsis grow well in central heating rooms and having long-lasting flowers produced all year round. They are one of the most popular indoor orchids. Orchids in this genus are monopodial epiphyte or lithophytes with long coarse roots, short leafy stem, and long-lasting flat flowers arranged in a flowering stem that often branches near the end. Orchids in this genus are native to India, Taiwan, China, Southeast Asia, New Guinea, and Australia, with the majority in Indonesia and the Philippines. So you see an orchid that you really love, especially when you go to any garden center or in the supermarket as well. And you want your orchid to do well in your care, and of course to flower and flower again. The culture of Phalaenopsis orchids involve windowsill light and consistent moisture. Phalaenopsis do very well as houseplants and will grow and flower in a moderately bright windowsill. Each year, Phalaenopsis will grow 1 to 2 new leaves. Once the growth phase is complete, usually in the fall, a bloom spike will emerge from the stem beneath the second or third leaf from the top. And I will show you a bloom spike that I'm really happy about it. As you can see, they come in so many colors. Look how beautiful they are. They're absolutely gorgeous. Not only a yellow, but look this beautiful color. This is more like a purplish color. And of course they come in a small look flowers as well. Very nice. And these ones, they are ready to bloom anytime soon. And I have new spikes with flowers as well. Very nice. To be honest with you, I keep these orchids on the windowsill in a south-facing window, and I do not have a sheer curtain, and they do very well. And they bloom over and over again. They bloom in late winter, they bloom in spring, they bloom all year around. And I think the secret for the orchids to bloom, it's to give light. Orchids, they love sunlight. They love indirect sunlight, but I give them direct sunlight, and look at them how beautiful they are. And even in the summertime, when the temperature they are quite high. How do I water this orchid? I learned for so many years, because I have these orchids for many years. I will show you an orchid when it's really happy, and you don't have to water. You can see the roots, they are green. You don't really have to water this orchid. It's really happy. But when the roots, they start to get white, as you can see, this orchid is still good for like 2 days. I will show you. As you can see, all of them, they have a clear, you see the roots, they started to get white. So when they are when they have like a white color, you water this orchid. When the roots, they starting to be white, you water this orchid, and I will show you on this one as well. You can see this, the roots, they are green, so I just leave this orchid in peace until I water again. When I water my orchids, I love to use orchid growth feed. And when I use this orchid growth feed, to be honest with you, they flower and flower again, and I'm really happy. Very happy with this orchid growth feed. I just put this orchid growth feed in water, and of course I use only rainwater, because orchids, they love rainwater. And I water my orchids. How do I water my orchids? I pour water from the top, and I just let the water to run through this plastic pot, and this orchid is gonna sit in water for 2 to 3 hours. And when the roots are saturated, I just empty the cash bowl. I just empty the cash bowl from any water that is sitting over there. So then I place it on the windowsill, and it's ready to go for like 2 weeks. And for this orchid to flower again, to be honest with you, I think you have to give this orchid plenty of light. If you give this orchid plenty of light and high temperature, they will flower and flower over and over again. Sometimes I feed and mist these orchids with the baby bio for orchids, feed and mist, and they are really happy. And of course, you have to, sometimes the leaves, they get very dusty, so you have to clean the leaves once a month, to be honest with you. And when all the leaf, they start to get yellow, like this one, you can cut this leaf from here, because they grow new ones and new ones every month or so. For me to have this beautiful and lush orchid, I fertilize. And I show you the fertilizer, the orchid growth feed, which you find in every garden center. And you can see new spike with the flowers, and I can wait for this orchid to flower again. So this is the secret, to be honest with you. And another secret, you have to repot the orchids, especially when you see that they grow, when you see that they are growing and they come out from the pot. You repot this orchid in the springtime, and of course you use an orchid focus repotting mix, which is just a bark for your orchids. So this is the secret, to be honest with you, for your orchid to flower and flower again. To give this orchid plenty of light. Humidity, I think they are quite happy in any humid environment. My orchids, they live in the in my kitchen, so of course every time when I'm cooking they get plenty of humidity. What else I can say about orchids? When they finish flowering, because these flowers, they last up to, I don't know, a month or something like that, you have to cut the spike from, you can see from the node, this is a node, so you cut the spike from the node and you just leave it like that. They will grow, they will concentrate to grow leaves, or they will concentrate to grow another spike for her to flower. So fertilize every month with the orchid growth fertilizer. Give them plenty of light. Mine, they live on the windowsill, and they get really bright indirect sunlight, and they are quite happy. And as you can see, they bloom and bloom and rebloom, which I'm really happy. And they are healthy, as you can see, and happy. So if they are happy, I am happy, because I gave them the right care. And you can see a new spike on this one, and I'm really happy. And this one as well sits in the south facing window on my hallway, where it gets plenty of sunlight and of course plenty of light as well. And I think this makes them happy. So repot them once a year, to be honest with you, fertilize them, and of course give them plenty of light. So this is the secret for you to have a very healthy orchid, or Phalaenopsis or moth orchid. So that's it really. Nothing not really very complicated. So when the roots are green, you just do not water this orchid whatsoever. When the roots, they get white, pure white, then you start watering your orchids. I want to show you something else, which to be honest with you, I really love, and I think it's very underrated houseplant. And this is a Hoya Australis, the green variety. Look how beautiful this Hoya is. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous Hoya. I love this Hoya. I will show you the flowers on this Hoya. And I think this Hoya, it's underrated, because many of you, I'm sure you love Hoya Australis Lisa, but this is Hoya Australis, the green variety. And look how beautiful it is. The flowers are absolutely gorgeous. Look at those flowers. Absolutely beautiful. And it's a very easy Hoya to grow, if you want a very easy Hoya to have in your collection. Very easy, and of course very affordable as well. This Hoya, it's not really that expensive if you want to buy it. And I'm absolutely in love with this Hoya, because look how beautiful grows on the trellis as well, and look how beautiful and lush is. And you can see the leaves, they are really deep green, which I really love. And I can wait for this one to flower this year, and I'm sure this Hoya is going to flower for me. So that's it for today. Today we talk about Phalaenopsis orchid or moth orchid, which are very commonly found in every garden center or supermarket when you go shopping for your food. And of course my Hoya Australis, the green variety. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe to Adina Kikirau Plants Equals Happiness for more future videos about common houseplants or rare houseplants, Hoyas, that are my #1 passion, cactus and succulents. So see you in my next video, and have a lovely Sunday, and take care. Bye!